Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Here we are, Yom Chamishi. We continue our learning. Please continue davening for Chai Leit Tzvag and Israel, for Shlem L'Chol B'Tzvei Israel, safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel, and we learn each day Nishmat Saran Daniel Shimon ben Harav Daron V'Shel Shem Kam Demo. We begin Perek Yud now. We're getting really into Tisha B'Av. So this chapter is called Tisha B'Av, and the first section is Takanas Tzom Tisha B'Av. Kafisha Lamanos. We learned earlier, La'achar Churban Beis HaMikdash Harishon Tiknun HaNeviim L'Tzom Arba Tzomos. That after the destruction of the first Beis HaMikdash, Chazal and the Neviim, the prophets, instituted to fast 4 fast days. V'hachamur shebehem Tzom Tisha B'Av, and the most stringent of them is Tisha B'Av. Shebo Nechrav Beis HaMikdash, which marks the day in which the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. Tzomos elu niskenu kedugamas tzom Yom Kippurim. These fast days were meant to be modeled after the fast of Yom Kippur, Shenimshach Yemama Shalema, which they go for a full day, Ba'asurim bo b'chamisha dvarim, and had what's called the 5 inuyim, 5 prohibitions. La'achar shenivne b'Beis HaMikdash sheni batlo atzomos v'havchu limei sasim v'simcha. And after the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash, so when the second Beis HaMikdash was built, these fast days were abrogated, or they were nullified, and they became days of celebration. However, when the second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, then these 4 fast days were reinstated. After the period of terrible xeris and decrees against the Jewish people was completed, so they were in a period in which, on the one hand, the Beis HaMikdash still was in a destroyed state, but on the other hand, there were no terrible decrees like the Hadrianic decrees. So Amar Chachamim Shedin Shloshim Yatzomos Asar B'Tevis Yidzayin B'Tammuz V'Tzom Gedalia Toli B'Ritzonim Shel Yisrael. So Chazal said that 3 of the 4 fast days, the 10th of Teves, the 17th of Tammuz, and Tzom Gedalia, that depends on the will of the Jewish people. Ratzu Misanim, Ratzu Emisanim. If they want, they could fast. If not, they don't have to fast. Aval, but Tisha B'Av. But when it comes to Tisha B'Av, shenichbalu bo atzaros shnei batei hamikdash amdal Yisrael charbu bo, where we had so many different difficulties and challenges and tzaros, and 2, not 1, but 2 times the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed on that day. Chayavim latzom. Then there's an obligation to fast. Ve'ein dinu toli b'ritzonim shel Yisrael. And this does not depend on whether or not the Jews want to fast. Ela kol zman shebeis HaMikdash charev chayavim latzom bo kafit hakanas hanavim. But as long as the Beis HaMikdash remains in its state of being destroyed, then the Jewish people are required to fast as per the institution of the prophets. And this is the foundational difference between the fast of Tisha B'Av and the light fast, or the other fast days. On Tisha B'Av, we are obligated to fast based on the institution of the Nevi'im. And therefore, all the rules and the halachas of the fast day are enforced in full. However, with the lighter fast, the other 3 fast days, we fast because this was the accepted practice of the Jewish people to do so until the Beis HaMikdash would be rebuilt. But when they accepted those fast days, they never accepted, even though it was optional, and the Jewish people took it upon themselves as a minhag to still fast those other 3 fast days, but they never took upon themselves all the other stringencies. In other words, the length of the fast and the 5 prohibitions. It was just a day of not eating and drinking, and we'll see more of this as we go on, but it's important to understand that at one point, certainly after the destruction of the first Beis HaMikdash, all 4 fast days were like Tisha B'Av, and now we have only Tisha B'Av. So this is the framework by which we can understand how we have Tisha B'Av now, and we'll see more of this as we go along, as we get into the details of Tisha B'Av, which is coming sooner than we think and sooner perhaps than we would like. But in the meantime, please continue davening for Chai Leit Tzvag and Israel, for Shlem L'Chol B'Tzvei Israel, save your brothers and sisters in Israel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day, and we'll see you here next time.